All right. Good afternoon, everybody. We went over this problem on Zoom this morning, but I wanted to post it here for anybody that might still be struggling or need a review. So we are looking for the area of the shaded section of this shape. So if you take a look, you can see that the main shape here is that trapezoid that's outlined in red. And we're going to find the area of that trapezoid in red, and then we're going to take away the missing semicircle in blue and the missing parallelogram in green. So our first step is to work on getting our trapezoid area. So remember, if we're looking for the area of that entire trapezoid, and I'm going to draw this picture out for us here too, which again, I recommend, highly recommend that you guys work as you're working and draw these pictures out because it will be helpful for you. It will be a lot easier for us to see the dimensions that we're working with here if you can draw them out. So I've got my missing parallelogram and my missing semicircle here, and let's get to work. So like we said, the first thing that we want to do is find the area of that entire trapezoid. Remember, on our formula sheet, the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 times base 1 plus base 2 times the height. So let's just go ahead and plug in 1/2. Our base 1 is this bottom number, our 7, plus our base 2 is the top base, which would be 11 plus 5. 11 plus 5 would be 16. That will give us our base 2. Times our entire height, which would be this 10 over on the left. So let's just continue to plug in. So we're looking for 1/2. Remember, we do parentheses first. When we do 7 plus 16, we're going to look at 23 times 10. So you guys can go ahead, remember you are able to use a calculator on this. So you can go ahead and type that into your calculator and you should get that your answer is 115 centimeters squared. Now that is the area of everything inside that trapezoid. Remember that we still need to subtract this semicircle and we still need to subtract this parallelogram. So let's get back to work and finish this. First thing that we want to do is look at our parallelogram because that one's going to be a little bit easier. So we're given on our formula sheet that the area of a parallelogram is base times height. Now, we're told here of our parallelogram that we have our 5 and our 4. So we can say that the area of this parallelogram is base times height. Area is 5 times 4, or our area is 20 centimeters squared. So we want to keep track of these numbers as we go. So we found that area, 20 centimeters squared. Now let's focus on our semicircle. So our semicircle, let's do this over here so we can see, is right here, and we're given that bottom dimension of 7. Now that 7 is our diameter. Remember that when we look at the area of a circle, we're going to look at area equals pi times the radius squared. Now we aren't given the radius, we're given the diameter, but we do know that the diameter is 2 times the radius. So if we are only looking for half of that, we can find that our radius is going to be 3.5. If our diameter is 7, our radius is going to be half that, or 3.5. So that's the number we're going to use here. Area equals pi times our radius, 3.5 squared. Again, if you don't have a calculator that has a pi button, you could just use 3.14 as our pi button. So when we multiply this out, we're going to find that our area is 38.465. Now, here's the catch, and this is a common place that a lot of us are going to feel really good about ourselves. We're going to take a look at this problem. We're going to say, wahoo, we're done. We're not done because you found the area of an entire circle here. We are just looking for these semicircles. We're only looking for half of that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take that area and we're going to divide it by 2. When we divide that area by 2, we're going to get 19.2325. Now, we've got our area up here is the trapezoid, the entire thing. Our area here is the parallelogram, and our area here is our semicircle. So now we want to use these numbers. We want to take the area of our trapezoid, and we want to subtract the 20 centimeters from the parallelogram, and we want to subtract again the 19.2325 centimeters from our semicircle. So again, plug this into your calculator. 115 minus 20 minus 19.2325. And we are going to end up with 75.7675. And again, we can round to the nearest 100th. We'll have 75.77 centimeters squared.